All right, guys, we have heard you guys loud and clear, and you wanted a chef's knife. And so we've brought Mareko Maumasi on to help us design that, actually an entire line of culinary knives. And I'm proud to announce the Bighorn chef's knife.
The foundation of any great kitchen and food that's going to be prepared in a great kitchen is a great chef's knife. So this is the flagship knife. This is the Bighorn. This is the MKC 8-inch chef's knife with a tall heel, ergonomic handle. You know, a lot of handles, honestly, in culinary knives, especially commercially manufactured stuff, are kind of basic and blocky and sharp corners, a lot of hot spots. It was really important to me and to us that the handle of this knife is super comfortable, because the relationship that you have with this tool is through the handle. And if you're not comfortable using that handle, you're not gonna enjoy using the tool to get the work done you're trying to get done in the kitchen. The cutting edge profile is designed so that while it's resting flat on the surface, your cutting surface, it actually has a nice upsweep in the handles. So that offers a lot of finger clearance, knuckle clearance, which a lot of knives actually struggle with. And it's actually a little bit extra tall. Most chef's knives are around 2 inches. This is about 2¼ inches. Not only does that give you the extra clearance that you want for your hand, for whatever you're using or working through, but it also helps actually give a little bit more extra life in that knife, because anytime that you sharpen a knife, you're removing material. And the more material that's on that blade to start with will give you more life overall. That gives you, that makes this a knife that's gonna last your life, that you'll be able to happily hand down to your children, that will give you years of service, that just create all kinds of wonderful memories and creating delicious meals and parties and celebrations with families and friends. And another key design that makes this knife kind of very unique are some of the somewhat aggressive, they're subtle but aggressive angles and lines in this handle and in this blade especially. The way the heel kind of comes back is a very is unusual, honestly, when it comes to commercially manufactured knives. But what it does is it actually acts as a kind of a guard. It keeps your finger from sliding forward up to the heel of the knife, especially when you're locked in a standard hammer grip, or even in a pinch grip, where your finger is locked right in and it doesn't want to go really anywhere. I don't know. I think this thing has lines like a hot rod, really, honestly. It feels like if it's just resting there on the countertop, it looks like it's moving without even moving. I love this thing.
When I asked Mareko to design us a chef's knife, it kind of like the Blackfoot when I launched the company with our first hunting knife. We needed a knife that was kind of all around. I asked Mareko, I wanted a large chef's knife. I wanted something that kind of, would do it all, would be able to cut that prime rib. But also with what he designed here, you can do that little bit of a coring of an apple, or like he had said earlier, cutting up little like cherry tomatoes. This is really a knife that's designed, if you just have one knife in your kitchen, this is a knife that you can do it all. You can cut that Thanksgiving turkey, that Christmas ham, but you can also do your little daily tasks. I was very impressed with the way he also made this knife to where your finger actually comes up past the beginning of the cutting edge, which makes this knife feel shorter, but actually has a lot of actual usable length of the blade. There's a lot of wasted space and a lot of knives in this section where there's dull, what we call kind of that ricasso area of just no man's land. Every square inch of this knife was designed for a purpose, for a reason. Mareko has reason behind his designs, and it's exactly why I brought him on to do that. One of the things we always remember with what we do is we are a hunting knife company. We want our knives being used out in the field. And what's really cool about what we've done here with this Bighorn Chef is we've actually provided a sheath for it. And it's really mostly just a slip that goes over the tip of the blade, and the edge snaps on right here with this nice snap. And here's what the really great piece of this is. You can put this blade, this knife, in your hunting pack, in your duffel bag. You can throw it in that Super Cub plane and go into moose camp. You can throw it in your panniers and load it on your mules and ride into the Bob Marshall Wilderness. And you can actually leave this thing at hunting camp, where if you do have some back straps to eat from your successful weekend, or maybe you have some other veggies and other stuff that you've actually packed in, you can actually have a full-fledged hunting knife in camp. A lot of you guides out there, guides in Alaska like Cole Kramer and some other people, they have base camps where, these guys want to entertain at night. You guys want to put on a nice event, put on a really nice meal, and you want to have good tools to use in base camp. Obviously, we don't anticipate people carrying these to the top of a mountain. However, if you pull this out in hunting camp and this is what you're cutting steaks with, you're legit, that's for sure. So the other really great thing about this sheath is the fact that you can store this knife in a drawer. If you don't have a block, if you don't have a really good way to store your knife, at the very least, keep this in a drawer. It protects your kids, yourself from reaching in that drawer and getting cut. And it also protects that edge from getting beat up against some of the other utensils and the other items that you have in your drawer that are just banging around, measuring cups and things just beating on the edge of your knife. So much of the damage that you see on a chef's knife in a kitchen comes from other things in a dishwasher, in your sink, and especially in your drawers with just slamming this thing in and out every single day. So we're very excited about this sheath. I think there's a lot of function and purpose behind it, and it looks pretty badass.